Aw, crud. Did I leave my eyeball lights on again? I really gotta get those fixed. There. Now, I'm sure everybody's in complete cluelessness onto what the heck I'm doing here. Well, I'm doing a review. I'm 100% certain you knew that before you clicked. However, I've been looking forward to reviewing video games based on cartoons for a while now, and I think I've finally built up the confidence to do it. See, I've got the whole my persona talking about the thing going on. However, if I can admit, I am a bit threatened by trying new things. Threatened, that's the cue.
Oh, yeah. All of us are threatened. Did I say it right? Was that good?
Bossclips? Who would have guessed? Look, everyone, we got the Bossclips! Yeah, that's right. To start out my new reviewing shebang, I got Bossclips here to help me out. I saw him make at least one review before, so I think we got a professional on our hands.
Well, thank you. Professional. I never said anything about it.
It's in the fine print. Anyways, we'll be reviewing the 4th game in the Nicktoons Unite saga, and the game that killed the Nicktoons Unite saga, SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons Globs of Doom. I'm not saying that full title again.
Well, wait, SpongeBob's in this game? I like SpongeBob, so now I like this game. But hold on, Cpink, shouldn't we summarize the Nicktoons Unite lore for the people who've never played the other games?
Well, I'm sure the 4th game in the franchise will surely tell us that... oh, well, looks like it just completely forgets about any of that. Well, okay, let me get my notes here. For the first game, Nicktoons Unite, was released on the GameCube and PlayStation 2 in 2005, putting 4 of Nickelodeon's most iconic characters, SpongeBob SquarePants, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, and Timmy Turner, against their most formidable enemies. Like Mr. Crocker.
The second game, Battle for Volcano Island, came out in 2006, and it was more of the same. Same franchises, same gameplay, except now they're battling for Volcano Island. What's a Volcano Island? I don't know. It's probably from Angry Beavers or Yakety Yak. Who cares? It also introduces a lot of staples for the rest of the series, such as pre-rendered animated cutscenes and alternate costumes. But I can't even play as Jimmy Neutron, so what's even the point?
Then in 2007, we got probably the best game in the series, Attack of the Toy Bots, which gave you tons of selectable characters such as Stimpy and Rocco and XJ9 and tons of other, and with cool robot fights and tons of collectible things of other Nicktoons characters. So you'd think the next Nicktoons game would take this format and maybe, I don't know, improve upon it, right?
Please say they do, please say they do, please say they do.
Well, sorry to let you down, but they don't.
Oh, I told you not to say that. So what exactly do they do in Nicktoons, SpongeBob, Nicktoons and SpongeBob Globs of Doom?
Alright, get this. They let you play as the bad guys.
Oh, like Professor Calamitous from Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah! No, they put in Beautiful Gorgeous instead.
Oh, what about Vlad Plasmus? He's kind of cool.
No, that spot went to the electric ghost guy, Technus.
Oh, but I can still play as Mr. Crocker, right? Right?
Oh, sorry. They got rid of the Fairly Odd Parents characters, but hey, they put in an Attack of the Power of Juju characters.
Who?
Who what?
Who's Mac?
Look, we're getting off track here. I'm mentioning Jack or whoever it is. Let's actually get in the game. So the game starts out in the deepest reaches of space. We see some orange meteors heading straight for the planet Earth.
Then we get to see a SpongeBob and Squidward. Why do they look so awful? These models are terrible.
Oh, it gets worse. Our 2 undersea dudes are apparently walking to work from the entrance of Bikini Bottom. Why aren't they coming from their house? Well, that's irrelevant because almost immediately, Squidward gets orange gack stuck to his head, grows a purple eyeball, and begins slowly shuffling towards SpongeBob. With Spongy Boy hiding behind a building to avoid the goo, Patrick conveniently finds SpongeBob.
They meet up with Jimmy That's not Jimmy Neutron. What the heck? Why does he look so awful? He's literally a 3D character already. Why didn't you just recreate his model from the show? This thing is gonna be in my nightmares, I assure you of that. But anyway, Jimmy takes them to... I don't know, Kansas?
No, that's the Magu Lair from Battle for Volcano Island. Yeah, they just assume you know that. And anyways, apparently everyone's been dealing with this orange goop, which they refer to as morphoids. Retroville, Amity Park, even Poo Poo Nunu! Not Poo Poo Nunu! Those monsters!
Oh no, but it gets worse. The villains from each of their series show up, because I guess they were just standing off to the side and no one noticed them. Good.
Turns out Jimmy Neutron invited the bad guys to help out because this game is like a world-level crisis or something. In fact, so world-level, they even need the help of Invader Zim and Dib! They never explain why Zim wants to help, by the way.
Yeah, isn't he like an invader or something? I remember that being part of his character. And just to add to confusion, Zim joins the heroes while Dib joins the villains. And then they just switch places in the next shot. If you're gonna be confusing, game, at least be confusing consistently.
Also confusing, if you hadn't played Battle for Volcano Island, the old crab shows up. He helps Jimmy use some weird machine to give people weapons decided by their personality. It makes sense for some of them. SpongeBob gets a bubble-blowing wand, and Plankton gets to grow in size with a hammer to crush people. Then you get Beautiful Gorgeous with a megaphone, and Dib with a balloon launcher. Yeah, when I think paranormal investigator, I think balloons.
No. You see, Beautiful Gorgeous has a megaphone because she's loud and has a big mouth. And Dib... Okay, you got me there. The balloon thing's just stupid. Well, at least it's not as stupid as Technus. He gets a power glove. And Treylock getting... I don't know, fanny pack?
Yeah, they don't bother showing other characters getting their weapons, because it's apparently not important enough to explain what their powers are when you play as them.
And I guess we're just led to assume that all the other Nicktoon worlds, aside from these 5 specifically, are just not important enough to save. So, rest in peace, Dimsdale, Tremerton, and Barnyard from Barnyard. You're apparently not valuable enough in the eyes of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
So to begin the gameplay, we head right back to Bikini Bottom. Bubble Bass is just eating Krabby Patties in the middle of an invasion, whilst also in the middle of the road, as he soon gets the evil goo to infect him. Wow, that's almost instant. You didn't need a minute to make him grow in size of the building, huh?
The gameplay is your standard beat-em-up, where you use the same attacks to beat the same enemies while progressing through a level. It's very similar to the LEGO games, but while the LEGO games have lots of unlockable characters, collectibles, and bonus content, this game just has none of that. In fact, it doesn't even have puzzles, so many of the levels just feel boring and exploring them is ultimately pointless.
Their attempt at giving characters different moves is a button you push that makes an enemy a one-hit kill. So basically the same move with a different skin. Literally, the only character that has a unique special move is Danny Phantom, and all he does is make a green ghost clone of himself to beat up enemies.
What, like Gooigi? Yeah, when I think of all the powers Danny Phantom has, I don't think of cloning.
Well, in the show where he could walk through walls, disappear, and fly, here he can only do, well, that cloning thing. I'm assuming it's what the thing scanned for his power, but too bad they never showed us him getting it.
The levels are segmented into 2 stages and 1 boss. Combined with 5 worlds and a final level, that's about 10 levels and 6 bosses. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's about 10 levels and 5 bosses, because apparently Tack doesn't get a boss. Whoever he is. There's also a slide minigame you play before certain levels. They're kinda boring, and the only visually interesting thing is all the little memorabilia floating everywhere. Starting with the Bikini Bottom, we go to locations such as the downtown area, the junkyard, and even the Krusty Krab.
Bubble Bass's boss fight is very, very simple. You literally press the C button to place a patty, and then throw the patty at him.
What isn't very simple is listening to Treylock go, watch your step constantly.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
After that fight, you apparently win? I say that questionably because all that happens is Bubble Bass vomits on SpongeBob. Apparently he's
immune to the goo's mutating effects.
Because of this, the main glob dude, Globulus Maximus, can speak through him, and then they need to get special items to power a ship. It's just there. How is the plot so simple, yet so confusing?
I have something to show you. Ooh, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
These items include a taco from Invader Zim, a ghost canister from Danny Phantom, a neutron thing from Jimmy Neutron, and a tiki head from Tack. How do any of these things help power a spaceship? I don't know. How has no one noticed these objects in their worlds before now? I don't know. Honestly, the whole goo capturing our friends, enslaving people, and destroying our world plot was good enough. I don't see why they needed to add a finding the missing pieces goal on top of that.
So that takes us to Zimstown. Look, the jokes for how uncreative that name is pretty easy to make. We see everyone outside the school, oddly, and Gur just has the taco they need, oddly, and then he suddenly gets gooed and runs away with the taco, oddly. To end off this scene, Dib takes a moment of our time with a well-thought-out plan on how to acquire this taco from the possessed robot, taking consideration of how they might find where he's run off to, and how they might need to carefully ATTACK! Ow!
The locales in this world include the school, with a K, that's funny, and Zim's house, and, no, that's it. I mean, I don't know where else they could have gone. The show doesn't really go that far out of its two places.
The game actually gets a lot of attention just for the sole fact it has Invader Zim content. Even if it is the only game you can play as Div or go inside Zim's house, there's really not much else for fans to appreciate. Heck, the second level is completely made up location, no idea what the building is. I heard it's supposed to be Professor Membrane's lab, but I'm pretty sure it's not some red power plant building.
Yeah, same goes for all the other franchises. Sometimes you see a cool thing from the show, but other times you're just climbing on random rooftops. Literally, Cpink, can you even guess what world we're playing on right now?
Bikini Bottom. Wait, no. Poo Poo Nunu.
No, it's Amity Park from Danny Phantom. Why did you guess Poo Poo Nunu?
So after hearing Gerd continuously spout out quotes from the show, defeating him gives you the first item for the vessel of the vessel. Yeah, I do not care about the name. SpongeBob once again gets slimed and once again starts monologuing about destroying the planet or something, but that's not important. Because why is Danny Phantom running through, yelling at people to go to Amity Park that they would probably go there anyways, man?
I swear, literally every cutscene with Danny starts with him running into frame. Anyhow, once they reach Amity Park, they see Ghost Dog get gooped.
Ghost Dog!
We see Ghost Dog run off with the thing he dug up, with Tack revealing his juju powers or telling him something.
That you're not wearing a shirt?
That I don't know who you are? Like, at all?
No, Cpink. That thing Ghost Dog has is the missing piece they need. Thanks, Tack.
Well, there's no way I'm wiping off the drool. Or, you know, the evil slime it's covered in.
Actually, I've held off mentioning it until now, but I do kind of like the idea that because you control the villains and heroes, all of the bosses are actually just neutral characters. Bubble Bass, Gur, Ghost Dog, these are all more anti-heroes than real villains. It's kind of a neat touch. It's pretty cool.
And speaking of other characters, I also didn't mention you save other characters trapped in goo in levels. Most of the time you need to do so to actually end the level, other times they're just there for completionist's sake, I guess. I mean, thank God, I always wanted to save the jock from Danny Phantom, thank you, Globs of Doom.
But one thing that does bother me about this game is the character combinations they choose for some of the levels. Each one you get a random selection of 2 characters, but sometimes they just don't make sense. I mean, Dib and Jimmy, you know, they make some sense, but Treylock and Dib, SpongeBob and Technus, you can't even say it's one random villain and one random hero, because in some levels, you play as 2 heroes and 2 villains. There's no consistency. And why can't I play as Mr. Crocker? That's still bothering me.
Yeah, no idea how they coined up most of those.
Hey, Cpink?
Yeah?
You know all those, coin things you're collecting throughout all the levels?
Yeah, what about them?
What do they, like, do exactly?
Good question, Bossclips. And the answer is quite interesting. You see you collect them and, yeah, you pick them up in levels.
Well, yeah, I know that, but do they, like, use them to buy new levels, or costumes, new weapons? I mean, you gotta do something, right?
Well, you can buy up to 6 universal upgrades, which make your attacks slightly stronger, and, that's about it. But there's also trophies you can earn, which give you cheat codes, and the codes that they make you not lose coins or have an infinite power gauge. But nothing. Basically, collecting anything isn't for anything outside of literal gameplay and enhancements. No.
Wow, that's pretty lame. But not as lame as this boss fight. Haha, cool segue, right? Yeah, I know.
No, that segue was lame, but not as lame as this boss fight. Wait, you just said that.
Pressed it!
Thanks, Tack.
After the fight with Ghost Dog, SpongeBob gets covered in the goo again! What will they think of next?
I'm no shaman, but I can guess what's gonna happen next.
After the crab smothers himself in the goo and doesn't get any ill effects from it, thanks for the consistency in the story, by the way, SpongeBob does evil monologue for the third time, except this time he also has non-evil monologue.
Sounds like the sponge has a story to tell, and I guess we can't stop him.
SpongeBob then proceeds to describe the horrors he saw. Oh god, what kinds of evils did SpongeBob witness in his trance?
You know, just doomy and gloomy and evil stuff. He provides no new information whatsoever, other than the giant thing's name being Globulus Maximus, I guess.
I agree.
Thanks, Tack.
All done without electricity.
Thanks, Tack. Also, the lighting in this location especially shows how awful these models are. They all look like they're made of rubber. They look like some kind of bootleg toys of the real Nicktoons.
We then move on to Retroville, where... Thank you for that. I love hearing noises like that as soon as I begin a level.
Sometimes I scare easily, okay?
And why is it every scene Plankton's in he's smiling? You really creep me out. One-eyed weirdo?
God, we get it. You're fearing for your life and are about to be eaten. Get over it. God.
Women.
Honestly though, I think out of all of the levels, this one is the most faithful to the source material. It has most of the locations from the Retroland in the movie and show. It makes it a very visually appealing level. I like it.
Alright, let's just get through the octopus thing. Alright, let's just get through the octopus thing. Alright, let's just get through my therapy session this week. Alright, let me just find a sharp enough knife to stab my Wii with.
Just switch to Dib, dude.
Oh, thank God. Dib is God now. Thank Dib.
Unfortunately, to make up for those two awesome, iconic levels from Jimmy Neutron, this boss fight takes place in a mall. Something that was never in the original show.
I get that they needed a reason to have SpongeBob and Technus cross-dressed. By the way, thanks for those nightmares. But surely they could have found a location that was actually in the show to do it. Wait, hold on, wait. Wasn't the girl eating plant at Retroland anyways? And Cindy was there, but why was she back at the candy bar?
Maybe it, migrated and dropped Cindy off on the way. I don't know. I'm not a plantologist. Ask one of the several smart characters in this game. You have like 3 of them to choose from. And, why does the inside of the plant look like a Brinstar?
Well, I don't know. Why does the inside of your body look like Norfair?
I'll have you know the inside of my body is the spitting image of Planet Zibus.
Okay, well, now we finally get to head out to Poo Poo Nunu. Let's see what wacky cutscene we'll get to.
Whoa, wait, Cpink. What happens in the cutscene after you beat the giant girl-eating plant?
What? Oh, yeah, SpongeBob gets, goo on him.
What? Oh, I didn't see that one coming.
Then we learn Globulus is getting closer.
But we still have enough time to get to Poo Poo Nunu and get the last piece. I know this because Jimmy Neutron told me, and I hear he's one of them genius boys.
Anyways, we learn that living in Poo Poo Nunu beats living in a bucket, and okay, this is really unnecessary. Show us who the boss is.
But Cpink, remember what I said? Tack has no boss because... Wait, what is a Tack? Does he have a TV show?
Who? Okay, seriously, stop making stuff up.
But I'm not making it up.
Whatever. Let's just get to the level. SpongeBob, any words before we begin?
May the juju be with you!
Tom Kenny is a paid actor.
With over 500 voice roles and several Emmys leading up to this.
So we're just going through here and... Where are we dropping?
It's like Fortnite.
Yeah, you get it? You
Yeah,
get it. Where are we drop.
Just keep it flopping. So, where are we dropping?
That's what I said.
That was good.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, playing these levels is just a drag. Especially since I have no idea where I am. Was this from whatever the tech thing was? I don't know. It just looks like some generic jungle. But we do see Patrick on a boulder. He's not supposed to be here, nor does the boulder cause any kind of harm since it just disappears after the cutscene. But you know, it was funny, right? Yeah?
Huh? Oh, I was still thinking about that Fortnite joke I made. Anyway, it looks like our last level is a temple. Finally, some puzzles to spruce up the old night. Grant me some real thinkers, oh game of globs.
Odd place to put a button. I win again.
Okay.
Button.
Wow, these puzzles are
Take that.
really something. I like how they say the same line every single time they push a button.
Take that. Button.
So now that we got the last piece, Globby McMaculus reveals he wants to become SpongeBob. Okay, let move on from that. Let's just get the spaceship with an unnecessary line from Danny Phantom.
Aw, cool. This has got to be a really cool final boss, right?
If you can consider shooting enemies for several minutes fun.
I don't.
Well, that sucks. But hey, turns out this isn't the final boss, though. Looks like the bad guys kicked the good guys out in order to capture the Glob guy. See, assigning Dib and Zim, those roles had a reason. Now we see why Dib's with the bad guys. Here? Wait, that doesn't sound right. Well, anyways, turns out Mr. Globulus doesn't want to be evil after countless acts of genocide and saying,
Globulus shall prevail.
45 times. He's revealed to be created during the Big Sneeze, justifying his heinous acts by saying he's a booger. This prompts him to transform into a giant SpongeBob-shaped creature, Sponge Glob, and he gets control him to fight the evil syndicate on the moon.
Aw, cool. This has got to be a really cool final boss, right?
I'm no shaman, but I get yet somehow even worse than the previous fight. You just press A over and over. That's not an exaggeration. The last fight in the game, it's just button mashing, nothing else.
Well, yeah, that sucks. But hey, the Earth is saved, the villains are defeated, and Globulus is reformed.
Yeah, that's cool. Can't wait to see that conclusion of all the worlds being cleaned, heroes going back to their lives, maybe a teaser for another Nicktoons game.
Hey, you think this is just like when time began? You know, like the beginning? Early on?
No, Patrick. Feels more like the end.
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
Oh, come on, that has to be the lamest ending ever. All that for a cheeky cop-out.
But Cpink, this isn't the ending.
Huh?
What if I were to tell you that this game has 2 endings?
I don't see how you know this, but heck yeah, now we're talking. Tell me.
Well, according to some guy on GameFAQs.com, if you have a second player, they can take control of the villain's spaceship. And if they defeat SpongeGlob in the fight, you get to see this secret cutscene! I guess that wasn't much better than the real ending. But hey, we unlock lots of cool concept art, including this really bad looking Dib and a strangely attractive, beautiful, gorgeous.
So, that's it. That's all this game had to offer. Jeez, you really think this would have had depth, being the 4th game in the Nicktoons saga and all? You'd think they would have gone out with a bang.
Well, THQ certainly went out with a bang, because they went bankrupt. I don't think we'll be seeing any more of these Nicktoons Unite games.
We still have the occasional crossover or kart racer, but nothing on the scale these games had. What could have been in this game? I don't know, probably loads of stuff. The mind can really go anywhere with that. I guess it'll just have to wonder if we'll ever get a large-scale invasion video game regarding cartoon characters and large amounts of goo infecting their worlds as the good guys and bad guys must team up to take down a giant ball in space. Wait, Fusion Ball got taken down.
Well, hold on. Smash Ultimate is another large-scale invasion video game, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't have goo. You gotta have goo.
Right, yeah, no goo.
Speaking of goo, though, we were kind of being invaded by some virus thing that can be gooey, I guess. It's kind of topical.
Oh God, you're right. What? Wait, so does this mean you're the villain, or am I the villain?
Well, if you're over there, then I'm over here.
Over where? I'm not standing anywhere specifically. Okay, how about I be the hero and you be the villain?
Beats living in a bucket.
Okay, you can't just quote the game and consider that an argument.
Well, I'm no shaman.
Alright, wise guy, I can do that too. Oh, may the juju be with you. How's that one, huh?
Well, I don't know. How about a...
Shut up. You shut up. No,
do I
I'm
have a
better
sign
at
that says
quoting things than
"Cool
you.
sponge"
No,
on me?
stop.
What's happening?
No,
You
shut up.
You
No,
can't... That's not even an argument. You're not even
You can't
providing...
distract me. You can't distract me from the fact that you're bad at comebacks.
Okay, no one can even understand this. I'm obviously fading out the audio, right?
Shush.